So here's the deal, I was working on a pacifist survival guide video right after I finished up my Power Up Basics videos, but something came to my attention that needed to be addressed. In the Snorkel video, I said that you're pretty much always going to lose to someone with a Cupgrade if it comes down to a drink-off. When it comes to surviving the final ring, it doesn't stack up against the Cupgrade. But that might not be entirely true. I've wondered for a while which of the two was objectively, statistically better for surviving the final gas circle. It was tough to compare the two because they handle damage reduction in different ways. How does a 25% faster heal rate stack up against a 10% reduced damage? Well, I went on a mathematical journey to find out. This might get a bit nutty and overly complicated, so I'll give you a too long didn't watch. In the final ring of the gas, the cup reduces damage from 14.2 per tick to 6.60, and the Snorkel reduces it to 7.08, meaning the Cupgrade's just barely more effective. For those of you who want to see how I got to this conclusion and the nuance, stick around. I thought it was fun to get into it, even if it made my brain melt a little bit. So, to get started, I need to figure out a couple of things. How much damage you take from the gas, how much you heal as a base rate, how much you heal with the Cupgrade, and how much the damage reduction from the Snorkel provides. The wiki's been my primary source of information. I've done some in-game verification, but for the most part, the wiki will be what we're working with. Also, we're in version 1.5 as I'm making this, so if you're watching this in later versions, the info in here might be inaccurate. Alright, in version 0.95.0, the final ring of the skunk gas was set to do 14.2 damage per tick. A tick is an in-game unit of measurement to update any time-based events. A single tick occurs every 0.6 seconds, though this does not apply to healing, which made things a little more complicated. The base rate at which you heal is 4.75 HP every 0.5 seconds, not a tick. See how it gets tricky? The Cupgrade makes you heal 25% faster, so we'll just take 75% of 0.5 seconds for our Cupgrade healing, 4.75 HP every 0.375 seconds. The Snorkel is a clean 10% of the gas damage, giving us 14.2 minus 1.42, that's 12.78 damage every 0.6 seconds. Now back to those ticks versus half seconds. I thought it would be easiest to use some least common denominator quick maps to make things more approachable. I made this big spreadsheet of damage / healing over time and just got the overlaps. 3 seconds. At 3 seconds you take 71 gas damage and heal 28.5 HP under default conditions. By subtracting those you get 42.5 damage every 3 seconds, 14.16 every 1 second, 7.08 every half second, and 8.49 per tick. I'll be breaking up the damage numbers into 3 seconds, 1 seconds, half seconds, and ticks to make everything relate to each other as clearly as possible. All I need to do now is take 10% away from 71, which is the gas damage over 3 seconds, for the Snorkel and redo the math. 63.9 minus 28.5 gets us 35.4 damage every 3 seconds, 11.8 every 1 second, 5.9 every half second, and 7.08 per tick. I made another graph like the base Regen for the Cupgrade, which shows we get 38 HP per 3 seconds, so we can put that in after the gas damage. That's 71 minus 38, which is 33 damage every 3 seconds. That breaks down to 11 damage per second, 5.5 per half second, and 6.6 damage per tick. However, there's one additional factor that we haven't considered. Maybe you did and were like, Tim, but what about this thing that you didn't mention that's super relevant? Well, we're getting to it right now. That's right, total juice capacity. The Cupgrade is definitely the better HP regener, but it also consumes juice faster than the Snorkel. So how much does it actually help? Well, once more, let's find out. We're going to assume that the ideal conditions are met. Full HP, full juice. That's a total of 300 HP worth of healing potential. So how long would it take to go through 300 HP at 11 damage per second? Well, on paper about 27 seconds, but the time it takes to begin drinking will steal almost half your HP bar, because you need to first take damage to be able to heal. In practice, you get about 202 total points of health restored over 20 seconds. From my clip here, you'll run out of juice before you die and take just over 2 hits from the gas, so I had about 30 HP left over after running out of juice. There is one thing you can do, one thing I actively chose not to do, for science, in this clip. Grabbing extra health juice. Now doing this completely destroys my math and isn't very helpful for getting concrete facts and figures, but you can, with both Snorkel and Cup, cancel drinking midway through to refill your juice. Considering the quantity of juice and the distance it can be away from you, it introduces extra variables, so I'm just going to simply ignore it. But it's totally viable if you're quick enough to do so. Let's get back to which, in practice, is better for the long-term survival. The Snorkel doesn't use up juice any faster than the default health rate, so let's see how well it performs by reducing damage. 300 HP at 11.8 damage per second is 25.4 seconds of a lifetime. In practice though, with the factor of needing to take damage before being able to actually heal, the real number comes out to about 20 seconds as well. While technically the Cup has the highest healing rate, the difference is practically negligible when it comes down to actual use cases. So, once and for all, as of version 1.5 at least, we've got a definite answer. That is, assuming my math checks out and that I didn't overlook anything, which is absolutely possible, if not likely, so if I missed something, let me know. I've got a video on pacifist victory strategies coming up next, as well as a couple other videos I'm excited about. So if you found this to be a worthwhile watch, feel free to subscribe so you can watch the next ones.